Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dan with Everyday Gaming. Today I'm bringing to you a updated Vanguard list. We just got the new support for Neo Nectars. It's a list that I've topped with before earlier this year, and the new wave of support brings about an archetype that I really liked in the original before the reboot. It's the Arboros Dragon line. And with that, I'm just going to get right into it and explain some of the choices for it. Starting off with the Grade 0 starter Arboros Dragon Ratoon. Just standard when wrote upon, draw a card. But he is an Arboros Dragon. You have to play it for this, as some of the cards revolve around having Arboros cards in the soul. So with the 0 lineup, we have 4 heals. Standard. You're going to need them against some of the decks, especially against damage-heavy decks like Narukami, that are attacking with extra crits. Perfect guard draw triggers. You're going to want a moderate amount of draw in this deck, just because a lot of your units are going to get retired, especially with XL running rampant in this format. And because of that, I'm playing an extra 2 draw, playing the Dancing Sunflower. Again, same reason, you just want the extra cards just to replace your bound units or retired units. Next, playing 2 Chestnut Bullet. The deck is mostly going to be a Force 2 crit heavy deck, and just having 6 crits is just going to help you push for easier damage. And then finally, Night Queen Musketeer Daniel. If you're going to play a deck with crit and your name is Daniel, why not just play the card named after you? The Grade 1 lineup has 4 Arboros Dragon Branch. He's one of the Grade 1s that you're going to want to keep on board as much as possible. As a Vanguard or Rearguard, when its attack or the attack it boosted hits, you're going to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, add an Arboros card. So you're going to search another copy of him, a copy of the Grade 2 Timber, Grade 3 Sephirot, or the Grade 2 Gale of Arboros Oliver. That's a very good combo piece later on in the game. The next card is Maiden of Happy Phone. She's just going to, when she's placed in the rearguard, call a plant token to the rearguard. It's very easy combo piece. It's not like the Grade 1 where you have to Soul Blast anything, because again, for Gale of Arboros, you're going to want your soul to stay intact as much as possible, so this just generates the extra token for free. You're going to play 2 Corolla Dragon. Again, generating tokens is going to pump it up a little bit, especially in the Grade 3 swing turn, or just any turn after that. Once you've rode a couple Grade 3s and gotten some Force 2 markers down, it's going to push for big damage. And then finally, Fruits Basket Elf. There's only 2, again, just because the Soul Blast cost for it and retiring it just to call 2 tokens right now is a bit much for what the deck does. You don't want to necessarily keep too many tokens out, because Nubatama is a thing. They're just going to bounce the tokens and just deplete your hand for free. So just the 2 seems fine for now. Worst case, it's a 10k guard from your hand. The tokens can't really do that if they're just bounced. They're just going to go away. So that's it for the Grade 1s. The Grade 2s. Again, we're playing the chain for Timber. When it's placed, the first token that you would call this turn is called as a Grade 0, 10,000 attack, 10,000 shield, 1 damage, boost, and intercept token. It's very good, especially when you're comboing off with the Maiden of Happy Phone, or the next card in the deck. But as a rear guard, when it's placed, you can call Plant Token. The regular token's just going to be 5k attack and have boost, but if you rode that and then played a second copy, you're just going to get a 10,000 token for free. The next card is the Pansy Musketeer Sylvia. She's your second best ride in this deck, just because, again, she's going to call a token. If you can't get the Arboros Timber, she's your next best thing. She's going to push for 15, and it's a very reliable ride. The next is 3 Gale of Arboros Oliver. As a Vanguard or Rearguard, once per turn, if your soul has 2 or more cards with Arboros in their name, it includes itself. Later on, if you ride it as a Rearguard after you've ridden a grade 3, you can counterblast 1 and resolve 1 of the below effects. So you're going to call 2 tokens or retire 2 Rearguards, and it's going to gain plus 20,000 and a crit until the end of the turn. So it's very good, especially if you combo off with Sephirot after calling 2 tokens. Just pumping him for potentially 3 damage on a Force 2 marker is incredibly good. And even getting stacking crits off the grade 3 drive check is very good. And then lastly for the grade 2s, it's Spiritual Tree Sage Earmansel. Again, you're going to play this because it's going to swing big if you have the rearguard, the grade 0 for it. But it's also going to draw you a card to replenish anything you've lost against an Excel matchup. They're going to be swinging hard and fast, and it's going to deplete your hand, so just getting anything you can back is great. That's it for the grade 2s, and finally going on to the grade 3s. You're going to play Sephirot. He's the heart and soul of the deck. As a Vanguard, any tokens that you call, any plant tokens you call are called as grade 0 plus 10,000 attack, 10,000 shield, 1 damage, and they have boost and intercept. And then as a Vanguard or Rearguard, once per turn you can activate retire a Rearguard, call up to 2 plant tokens to Rearguard, and if you have 5 or more Rearguards, Sephirot gains 10,000 attack until the end of the turn. So hopefully against any other matchup except Excel, you're going to probably have the Rearguards to pull that off. So he's going to be swinging by himself, 23 with potentially 2 damage by alone, 33 if you have the plant token behind him. So it's incredibly good. You're going to play 3 White Lily Musketeer Cecilia. She is, again, the next best ride. Activating as a Vanguard once per turn, you counterblast and retire a Rearguard. You look at the 5 cards at the top of your deck and call 2 cards among them to Rearguard and shuffle your deck. But if you have a grade 3 in the soul, you get to call 3 of them instead, and the front row gets plus 10,000. So if you're playing against Nubatama, where they're just bouncing your tokens and having you discard cards for free, riding her over the Sephirot, retiring whatever token you have, and just calling big beefy cards, grade 2s or grade 3s that turn, and just pushing for damage is better than just losing out on cards in your hand. And then finally, again for the Excel matchup, 1 Exploding Tomato. It's just going to draw you an extra card just in case, because it's going to retire 2 plant tokens. You're going to draw a card, and it's going to get 10,000. And at the end of the turn that it attacked, you're just going to retire it and call 2 more plant tokens to the Rearguard in the back row. So it's just going to replenish your board against those Excel matchups. And that's pretty much it for the deck. This is an early draft of it. Yesterday we had a local event, or at least the day before this recording, we had a local event. I was playing an 8 crit lineup. It did well, but I played a lot of the Excel matchups, saw them going around, and just realized that I didn't have enough card advantage throughout most of the games, especially against Narukami. And I just wanted to play the extra draw triggers just to mitigate that difference. But other than that, maybe a few changes in the future. I'm not sure what it would be. I need a little bit more testing with it. But other than that, the deck is pretty good right now. It's just you just got to manage to survive against the Excel matchup. But that's it for the updated Neo Nectar list. Let me know what you like, what you think might be a good change, what you want to see next. Follow the social media links down below. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Again, anything you guys want to see in the future, just let us know and we'll make it happen for you guys. Again, this has been Dan from Everyday Gaming. Remember, if the day ends in Y, we're gaming.